Welcome to Trapped Offside. What a game week we had. UCL, Premier League action all around. We have a special addition to Trapped Offside, SEGZ.
Big man.
One, SEGZ. How you doing?
I'm healthy. How you guys doing?
Good.
Welcome to the team, bro.
Good to have you here.
Ready to have that SEGZ supporting Manchester United. We can start there at the UCL. Big moment for Ronaldo. Big moment at Old Trafford. We would love to get the United fans' thoughts first before we move on to Chelsea fans. SEGZ, be our guest.
The greatest player of all time. Ronaldo scored the greatest goal in the 90th minute. He is the joint highest scorer of goals past the 90th minute with Sergio Aguero. Does it even get better? Does it get better than Cristiano Ronaldo? Who do you want to come on at the last, 90th minute? If you wanted somebody's going to get you the goal, guaranteed headers, left foot, right foot, chest, back, bum, whatever he needs, he gets all the goals. It's Cristiano Ronaldo all day, every day. Thank you.
Big game player, man.
Yeah.
Mr. UCL. We have to applaud him for that. It was a big moment.
100%.
And if there was anyone getting that win, it was Ronaldo. So big moment. David, what are your thoughts on the game?
Absolutely lost my mind. I didn't expect it. 94th minute, I was already cursing. The timeline was in a shambles already. But wow, that last minute, and it just changed the face of the game. It just changed the mood. Like everything, like that one result leading into the international break would have been really, really difficult for the players and for the management as well to get through. So big result. Thankfully, we got 3 points and we move on.
That moment aside, what did you guys think about the game in general? The tactics, the substitution.
We started off as usual in the beginning of the season. Every game we take our time to come out of the blocks. Same this
You're
time.
so diplomatic, David. It was
No,
trash. Stokes is trash. He has no tactics.
We were absolutely overpowered in midfield. The attack was running over our defense.
There we go.
They were
That's the
getting
truth.
at our goal, yeah. And one defensive mistake, and they were clear on goal, and boom, it was 1-0. We came out in the second half better prepared, well drilled, completing passes quicker, and we got our goal. And in the end, we just stuck out there, defended well, and we managed to get the winner.
So, David, how can we get Lingard into the team? Because he's doing bits from the bench. How can we get him scoring more goals, getting more involved? Who do we drop? Can we drop Fred?
As a rotation, you can.
Hell yeah, you can drop Fred.
You've seen Ollie
Is that a
dropping
question?
anyone when he wants to inject someone into the attack. So, but we see that he's given too much trust into this pivot. He's not letting this pivot drop, and we see we lose points immediately when we don't have two defensive midfielders holding the back line. I don't know when that's going to change. I'm really hoping that's going to change when Rashford comes. But as I see it playing out now, we can't challenge for anything with this midfield being even run over by Aston Villa. So
Van de Beek over Fred is my input.
I don't know about that one, mate. Don't know about that one.
Van de Beek doesn't have
Honestly, anyone over Fred you would take at this point.
But that's not something that Ollie has been doing and been training the team to do. Like, he only plays players that are meant to play in those positions, that they have the attributes to play in those positions. Whenever we've asked for things in the past and when we've seen it, it's been absolute steamrolled, and Ollie comes out and saying, yeah, I was right. Even the changes
So what
he
was
made,
Van de Beek brought in for in the first
When you
place?
see-
If you're saying he doesn't fit in there, what was he
to
brought
play
in
the,
for?
play the Carabao games, to play the FA Cup games, if Bruno was injured, if Pogba got injured, because you saw that one period.
You
in the
brought
last
in Van
season-
de Beek to play Carabao Cup games.
You didn't spend that much money on
Are
Van
you
de Beek.
serious
Come
right
on.
now?
40, 45.
No, because listen, we don't look at the number of players we have in our team in that creative role.
That's why I'm saying, why did you bring in Van de
Why
Beek? in
to
the
buy
first
him?
place?
Exactly. You didn't need to buy him.
He's
It's just
not
one
getting
CDM.
Bruno.
But
He's not
guys,
getting in
I'll
over
tell you why.
Pogba.
I'll tell you why. Because the season where we didn't have, where Martial, where Pogba, where Rashford were all out injured, and we were playing Pereira, we were playing God knows who we were playing in that midfield. We don't want to be. We are Manchester United. We shouldn't be in that position ever again. It's okay. You see Real, you see City. Look at their benches, bro. Their benches are there with quality, so they can compete in every trophy that they're in.
But But
Same with
Pep
United.
keeps
Why does
everyone
United get questioned? Nathan Ake, last season, no one questioned anything about him, and he was probably more money than Van de Beek.
Yeah. But Pep does a good job at keeping everyone in the squad happy. He's given everyone enough chances to play, whether it be Carabao, League,
Because
Champions
why?
League.
Because why?
Squad
Because
happy.
kid, why? I'll
But you
tell
can
you why.
tell
I'll tell you why.
Ole can't
Because
keep Van de Beek happy.
no, that's not true. The difference between both the
Then he
teams
gets
is
the
the City
Atletico.
11, that every City 11 that Pep chooses has the quality and the completeness to win any game. But United in that midfield don't have the quality to win any game.
So why buy
Right?
someone who's not going to give you that quality? Why buy
But
someone
no,
who
no,
has
but,
that quality?
but he addresses an issue that a team needs, bro, which is
So
quality in
are
depth.
you
We
saying?
see
Are you
Mata
saying?
and we see Matic. They're old, bro. We expected them to leave last season, but they didn't.
And Chelsea legends.
We didn't manage to find a buyer for them. So
Yeah.
if they both had dropped out, Van de Beek would have had a proper spot in the team, right?
Yeah,
But
but
None of these questions would have come up. But
Do you know what?
given that there was no buyer,
I think the real issue with Manchester United is Ole. I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he knows how to organize a team. I don't think he knows how to buy the right
Valid.
players to build a
but
team.
based off
I
what
think
evidence? Based off
on
what
the
evidence?
evidence that every single cup he's ever entered, we've not won a single one. I mean, yes, we got to the finals of the Europa League, fantastic, and then we lost to Villareal. Do you know?
Yeah,
He's
but-
just look. At the end of the day, Ole, I like him. I believe in him. He's a legend. He's a hero. I want him to come and do bits, but he just doesn't seem to know what he's doing. To be honest, because the way we play in the midfield, we don't have to control the game. Like, what kind of United team gets overrun, like you said, by Aston Villa? Blood Clot Villa. Do you know what I mean? Villa. It doesn't make sense. So
A
I
midfield
think.
that has Fred. Simple as that.
Oh yeah.
But
We
guys,
get defend a bit.
look. Fred defensively, he's on job. Pep
he's
wanted
not,
Fred.
bro. He's getting bullied
Yes,
by
yes,
Damari
yes,
Gray.
Look,
He's
look,
getting
guys.
run over by Adama Traore.
He wasn't-
Brazil,
look,
bro. He's
he-
starting every game for Brazil.
Exactly. He just wasn't smart and nifty
it doesn't
enough.
matter who does he play
Uh,
alongside with in Brazil.
It doesn't matter though, but that's what I'm saying.
How he
He's
plays for
trusted
Brazil
to
is a
start in a
different story.
Brazilian team, then why not in a United team? Is what I'm trying to say. He has the talent to. He's
Based
at
on his
that level.
performances, man, at
100%,
United.
but 100%. But the fact that Ole keeps putting him in the team means that there is a reason to. Because
But you keep
Yeah, but it's not
He does-
proving. It's not
every week
proving to
we're
be
complaining
a
about the same problem.
resultful.
Exactly.
correct, bro. But that's
option.
what I'm saying. In the team right now, he's the best from the available options, excluding Matic. And Matic cannot play the number of minutes that Fred can give us. It's
But-
as simple
but
as that.
But does
Not
that
something
not
that's
make
out.
Fred? That does not
Something
make
he's
Fred
been
a
saying for a
good
long
player,
time.
bro. He's
Yeah.
the best you have. Does not make
See,
him a
bro,
good
in
player.
the
There's
Champions
two
League
different
game,
things.
he was the one that put the ball into the box that Ronaldo finished.
If he plays so many games, he's eventually going to come up with something that's going to lead to a
No,
goal. Or
but that's what I'm saying. He came on as a substitute in the last 10 minutes
Yeah.
and made an impact.
Okay,
So you can't say he's a, you can't say he's a crap player.
Okay,
no?
one second.
Okay,
One
okay,
second. Let me just say one last thing. David, you said that with your midfield of McTominay and Fred, you're not winning anything.
No.
So where is
exactly.
this
With
positivity
next
coming
Fred, we'll not win anything.
Fred?
Yes,
You're
bro.
with-
So what are we supposed to do? This is the best that we have. We can continue playing with
So
this.
why are
only.
you saying he's a good? That's
Not
my
why
point.
that-
That's the point.
No,
of
no, no.
Fred.
I'm not. I'm saying he's still trusted in a Brazilian team. So that doesn't mean he's a shit player, right?
But
You can't
he's
say
not-
that.
But he's
You can't
not
say that, right?
bringing the results that he's getting bullied week in and week out.
100%. Not no. That's what I'm saying, right? Just in the UCL game, he came on and made an impact that changed the game for us. And then he makes
but
a
Talking
mistake.
about-
with his-
You're
David,
talking
David,
about one
David,
moment in
consistency.
10 games this
But the
season
big
so
difference,
far.
bro.
Look at the
Bro,
number of moments that
but
he's
bro,
been
those 3
bullied.
points, aren't those 3 points a big difference?
But also he came on at left.
No,
back.
no, no.
He didn't come on. He
Let's
didn't
answer
come
that
on in
question.
centre mid
Let's
anyway
answer that question.
in the Champions
Aren't
League.
those 3 points in the UCL
Yeah.
more important than maybe the drop points in the Premier League?
Aren't
you
you
think
not?
of it-
Aren't you not competing to win the
We
league?
are,
You-
we are. But bro,
those
isn't he
moments are gonna
allowed?
help you with
Isn't he
the league.
allowed to make a mistake? Isn't
Of
he allowed
course
to
Guys,
make a
guys,
mistake?
guys. Let's
You speak
change this
about him
slightly.
every week in the group chat, there is Fred McFred.
Slander,
McFred,
100%, 100%. But when
Right?
he produces a moment like what he did in the UCL, that's some redemption, right?
Those moments are so few and far between. So
But it
I mean,
counts. It counts to me at least.
But-
is it worth dropping all those points just to gain 3 points in a game against Villareal, which
It's not,
honestly
it wasn't just a game. It was an important game, though.
that game was done if it wasn't for De Gea. You know, that even Fred
Exactly.
moment would wouldn't have saved that game.
Exactly.
And Fred
But it's
didn't
a
do
team
something
effort at
that
the end of the
nobody
day.
else on the pitch could do, bro. It's not like
No
this
one did
guy
it for
is
90
like.
minutes, bro. No one did it for
Sorry?
90 minutes. No one did it for 90 minutes. We scored off a
Yeah.
set piece.
I understand that, but that does not justify his place in the team over the course of the season. Where you know what I'm
yes,
trying to say.
bro.
I hear you
I
guys,
understand
but instead of focusing on how bad Fred is because we know he's trash, let's talk about that freaking goal, the first set piece goal, the left foot.
That was a mad
from
goal.
Tellez. Like,
That was
what
a mad goal.
was going
Training
on?
ground.
Mad
Honestly,
goal.
you needed that moment. You needed that moment because without that, I mean, we couldn't see United scoring a goal. You just needed a worldie, and he
I have
stepped
a
up.
question. Okay, based on this, I have a question. Do you
What do you
think
mean you didn't
Tellez
see United
has?
scoring a goal? We had so many chances. Greenwood
Okay.
missed so many chances that game.
Do you guys think Tellez has a chance to take Shaw's place?
No chance.
Unless and until
Shaw's-
he's injured. Unless and until Shaw is injured.
Do you know what?
That's what I'm
I
saying
think-
in other trophies like the FA Cup.
I think to be honest, I think Ole needs to go, and we need to get a nice 3 centre-back coach, and that way Tellez can get regular game time, because Tellez deliveries are A1, and he doesn't need to have that full. He can't play left back. He needs to play left wing back with like Shaw backing him up, doing the real defensive work. And we
Like
have
Alonso.
Tellez
Like Alonso.
yeah, exactly. With
Yeah,
those
because
crosses that
even on
Tellez
his
is always
corners,
doing.
he's really good at his corners. He whips it so neatly.
There we
So
go.
good.
There we go. But it seems like Ole doesn't know how to coach with 3 defenders, because we tried that when we went 10 man down. I mean, he just got destroyed by young boys.
Yeah,
I
why
feel
put
like
him in a position
young
where he's not
boys.
comfortable? Why put Ole in a position where he's not comfortable?
That's what I'm saying. I think Ole needs to go. It's not about him being comfortable. I think he needs to go. We need to get a real coach.
Team
You
Ole
guys
is
could
all-
do wonders with Conte, I feel. You guys could do wonders.
Yes.
I hope Conte never signs
Exactly.
you guys. I hope always
100%.
hashtag Ole in. Always hashtag McFred in. Always.
Let me.
When Pogba had his best season, wasn't Conte the coach of Juve at the time? If I remember correctly.
I think
When
so,
they
yeah,
played, I think so. When they were playing 4-3-3.
Between him and Allegri, I'm not sure who it was.
Yeah. I think Conte is a good shout, but I feel like a lot of people would suffer.
But
'Cause
you
I don't
know,
know how-
you know what? Yeah, no, Conte would be.
You need
It would
someone
be
to-
going down the Mourinho
With the
direction.
number of
if you look at it,
with the number of
like,
attackers
from
we
a
have,
United
Conte would be
perspective.
totally anti-United right now.
I think
We have too many
Zidane would be
attackers for us.
Zidane would be perfect. I think, but also, let me just say my piece on Oli, okay? Because I think this squad can achieve so much more under a top manager like a Conte or a Zidane. Okay, this is my personal opinion, and this is nothing that I have personally against Oli. This is how I see it as a rival fan, and I'm sure most rival fans will
Okay, but
agree
before you
that.
start, I just want to set the context. Okay, if you see the table, you see the points in the table.
I'm not talking about just the season.
One
My view
second,
from what I've
guys,
seen of
one
Oli
second.
so
Let me
far.
just put it in context, guys. Let me set it up for you, right?
Go ahead.
So if you look at the points table that we have in the Premier League, and you look at the points table for Chelsea at the Premier League, in the Champions League, compare both the teams, and you see where both the teams are at, and now you can react.
And you can look at both the fixtures played by both squads, and then you can also
I know,
react.
but-
So hold on,
okay.
let me finish my piece, then you can come in.
but
All right, let me finish my
hold
piece.
yourself at the same level in this time.
No worries, I'll hold it for the whole period that he's been hired at United. Just give me a second,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So, like I said, the squad can achieve so much more from a top manager, because if you look at the individual quality that they have proven on the pitch, just not together as a team, it's there in abundance, and you can compare it with any of the other 3 teams that are challenging for the title, right? Now, Oli, excellent man management for what he showed with Pogba, what he showed with, there's obviously the outliers with Van de Beek and whoever. That's going to be there with every squad, right? Very good manager to hold you in a top 4 place, okay? You look at the United finished second last season. They finished top 4 the season before that. Just missed out on top 4 the time he was interim manager, whatever it was, right? But you also look at the context where all the other rival teams were below par, right? And with like last season, for example, United is finishing second, 5 points above Liverpool, who were full of injuries, their worst season ever, right? 7 points behind Chelsea, who were 15 points behind them when Lampard was sacked, right? Now you're coming into a season where every rival is at their top. Chelsea has strengthened with a striker. Liverpool have their full squad back. City added Grealish. striker, but still City are City. This is the season where I feel tactically he's going to struggle to compete with those other three managers for the course of the season, over the course of the season. And that's why United is not being put as a favorite for the title compared to a Tuchel's team, compared to a Klopp's team, compared to a Pep's team. Because if you look at the squad and you put Ronaldo in any of those squads, immediately they become favorites to win the league. But because Ronaldo, if Ronaldo would have gone to City, they probably would have won the league.
Yeah.
Either way, they're winning the league. But Ronaldo has gone to this United team with Ole as coach, and they're not favorites. Like, where is the missing piece over there, right? It has to be the coach. And for me, he is a very good coach. I know he's cleared the deadwood, but let's be honest, every new coach that comes in clears the deadwood. That's the first thing they have to do, right? That's not something we praise a coach about. But he's brought in the United way, which I feel like United are so focused on this United style of play, which, okay, that's fine as long as the results come along with it. As far as results not coming along with the United way, immediately you're like,
what's the United way? Break it down for me.
The United style of football is like the flicks, the counter-attacking football, the
attacking
free-flowing attacking football, last-minute winners coming from behind. He's done all these things with United, right? He's proven it. But when it comes to that final finish line, he's not across the finish line. He's always falling short. He's bottling it. There's no other way you can put it. He is bottling it. Mourinho did far more with Phil Jones and Smalling in the back line than Ole has done with Maguire and whoever, Bailly, Lindelof, whoever. Now you have Varane as well. There's no excuse.
There are simple answers, though.
So, of course, let me just finish my piece. So, of course, we are giving him this whole season, which United will regardless. Me personally, he's not getting sacked. But even you finish top 4 and you win FA Cup, he's still not getting sacked. It's just not happening. So we're giving him this course of the season. But like I said in the previous episode, we will find out a lot about this team come the end of November, given the fixtures you have in these 2 months. And you're already seeing a shaky start, dropping points to Villa, dropping points to Everton, dropping points to get knocked out first round Carabao Cup, which is not a big deal, but whatever. You don't get knocked out first round. Lose to Young Boys your opening game, that cannot happen, right? So for me personally...
Not about cannot happen. We got a red card and it happened.
Regardless, you can make excuses and you can pick and choose for every single scenario, but at the end of the day, the results is the only thing that matters. And he's brought everything that United wants. He just doesn't have that tactical capability to compete with the 3 other coaches that he's competing with. Let's say these 3 coaches were not at those teams, he would be a superstar in this league. So for me, that's my piece, and you can add on to that. That's just how I feel about him. And as a rival fan, I'm happy he's in.
Okay. So you've listed all of our problems. Give us some solutions from a Chelsea standpoint. What do you think we should do next?
In terms of coach or
with does that mean you're Ole out as well, Jacob?
No, I was asking.
As rival fans, we're all Ole in, bro. Come on.
We're all Ole every day.
What do you
Ole
mean?
as a rival, I'm Ole in. Yeah.
Ole all in all day, bro. Come on.
David, are you hearing this? David, this is your coach. They're disrespecting your coach.
I'm done my piece. The floor is yours.
Ready.
I'm done my piece.
No, he asked you guys a question, right?
Go ahead.
SEGZ asked you guys a question, right?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, is that what do you mean by the coach or do you mean by the squad?
Both. Do you think he should stay? Do you think he should go? Do you think we need to do anything particularly with the squad? Because you said something that was very key. You're right that Mourinho did bits because we won the Europa League when he had the trash squad and pretty much
Trash
just
squad.
Bro,
He had Zlatan. Happy birthday, Zlatan. Big shout
He
out.
had Ander Herrera as a DM. He had Zlatan, Pogba. He had a great team.
Bro, he had a 30.
Ole has a great team, bro.
We don't have a good. We don't have, bro. With McFred, we don't win. There's no link
This
up.
is what I'm saying. You're making excuses,
Let me tell you,
man.
there's no
Yeah,
excuses,
with one
bro.
position.
Let me tell you guys. If we don't have a midfield that's good enough or quality to link up from defense to attack,
One second,
it's not
David,
about the coach. The coach can't do it for you.
1 point.
And these are the only resources available to him.
Ahmed, just before you get in,
Okay,
before you step in, one line, David.
For how many seasons have we been linked to Declan Rice? or
Okay,
have you
one
been
second.
linked to
Okay.
at the
One
end?
second.
David, hold on
wait.
1 second. You mean to tell me your 4th year in a rebuild, you still don't have enough?
No, that's what I'm saying. Now when
How
Rashford comes
how
back,
many transfer
bro,
windows
let me
have you
finish.
passed under
Let me
all these?
finish.
You
Let me
still don't
finish.
have a midfield.
That's what I'm saying. When Rashford comes back and Pogba drops into the midfield, that's when we have a complete team. There's no other way you look at it.
Your
Because
squad
Rashford
has
is our
enough
starting.
depth
not
to
a
compete
squad.
with any
But
of the
11.
rival teams.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
When you're looking to compete to the 11 of City, to the 11 of PSG, I want my best 11 in every position to prove that we are the best team.
That's fine. But your squad is enough to beat Young Boys, Aston Villa, West Ham, and Everton. You're not playing PSG yet.
We had 10. Okay, why didn't you beat Juventus then?
Because we played terrible. That was our worst performance by our defense, which I will touch on. But we have proven ourselves over the last few years.
So you can still lose a game, right? You can still lose a game, right?
We played Juventus?
And you had all 11 men too.
No, Young Boys.
Juventus, you had all 11 men too.
You can still lose games, but do you think the results you've seen so far are justifiable?
It's just 7 games into the season, bro.
David.
It's just 7 games into the season. We have.
You're saying this after rebuilding the whole squad. Every season
Maguire
they're going to say it's only 7 games into the season.
We have Maguire missing, and Varane has just joined a new league in 6 games.
And you still beat Villareal. You still beat Villareal.
Havertz and Ziyech, yeah. We didn't get the same.
There was a moment of individual brilliance that helped us win that game.
So now you agree it's individual brilliance and the team is not playing well.
The team is of course playing well, but you do need individual brilliance, bro.
Okay,
what are you talking about? I think I'm with the Chelsea fanboys.
Without defenders doing their job, you're going to leak goals.
David, I understand where you're coming from, but if you're looking for,
you see the shift De Gea has been putting in. Without him,
yeah, where would you be without De Gea? Where would you be without?
That's what I'm saying. So that's when I talk about individual brilliance. Then you say Bruno has put in that pass, Fred has put in that pass, Ronaldo has finished, De Gea has put in a good shift in. You're still talking about all the players in the team then, right?
Right, which means your team as a whole is underperforming. As a team, they are underperforming.
But that's what I'm saying, because the core of the midfield is not good enough right now. When Rashford comes back
David,
and Pogba drops in, that's when the whole team is at full quality. That's not an excuse, that's just a fact.
Do you know what? I think I'm going to have to heavily disagree with you. I think because if you look at what happened with Chelsea from Lampard to Tuchel, the way the turnaround happened, it was like night and day. And it's the exact same players. You know, I don't think Fred is a bad player. I think Ole just doesn't know how to play with Fred, or doesn't know how to coach Fred to do the right things and make the right decisions in different.
Bro, what are you saying? You're telling me that Fred, as a football player, doesn't know how to make a pass 6 meters
No.
away?
But David, it's not just about making passes.
Bro?
No, hold on. But David, it's not just about making passes. It's by your teammates making the space for you to make the passes. It's by your teammates being in the right place for you to make the right passes. Having systems like rotations. Like if you saw Atletico's Madrid's goal against Barcelona, they did the same tactic. Yeah. It was literally a 1-2. Lemar, he runs straight from midfield. They give it to what's one of the strikers. Striker plays a through ball. They have these systems in place that make sure that everybody knows what they're doing. Which is why with Tuchel, their defense is so fantastic, because every single player knows exactly their job. At United, it's a shambles. It's an absolute joke. And I think it all comes down at the end of the day to Ole. I just don't think he's...
There's a simple reason. Because from the midfield, there's no creativity. The only creativity that comes from the midfield is with Bruno.
Oh my days, I can't believe I'm hearing this.
Bruno,
listen to me.
Pogba. CDP sits on your bench.
Everyone, you guys are not watching us. This season. Pogba's playing on the left wing.
I can't get enough of
playing on the left wing.
When Pogba puts in a
Pogba playing on the left wing this season, the most important games.
No creativity in midfield.
Has Pogba playing on the left wing or not?
Play midfield, right?
That's you have to guys, listen, can I finish? You're not letting me finish.
Okay.
Guys, let him finish. Come on.
Our team, as a fact, in midfield that Oli is playing game in, game out, is Bruno, McFred, and right? That's our midfield, right? Yes or no?
Isn't it McFred and McTominay, or McFred and whoever?
McTominay and Fred is McFred.
Yeah, I know.
And
you said Bruno. Didn't you say Bruno and
Bruno? Bruno and McFred. So those three are midfield, right? And Pogba's playing on the left.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's no creativity now. You understand what I'm trying to say now?
That's not true at all.
No. Why? Tell me what's wrong with that.
Because you're talking.
I can even jump in. No, because I actually want to jump in because Ole keeps choosing Pogba at left wing. Like that is the flaw in this whole thing. So
Bro,
there could be
question.
creativity.
I'm asking you a simple question. In that midfield of McFred and Bruno, is there any creativity? I'm building up. Just answer my question.
Look at Bruno's numbers. Look at Bruno's
Oh my
numbers.
gosh, okay, but bro, if you're double team, if Bruno's double team, bro, then he's done. His game is done for 90 minutes. And that's what happens all the time.
Why are you
They
expecting
put two players on him all the time. Listen to me. So this is what's happening in our games. These guys, McTominay and Fred, are not creating anything. That's why our wing backs have to come into attack. When our wing backs come into attack and try to create, Shaw and these guys are putting crosses in, that's when we get exposed at the back. When we get exposed at the back, players run in from behind and they score those goals. Now when Pogba is there and Rashford's there, we have enough defensively to track back as well as to push ahead in terms of quality. In terms of freaking quality is what I'm talking about. I can't stand to see McFred in the midfield. Look at Shaw being run down. He's again been playing with an injury like Rashford last season, and now he's getting criticism because he's been run into the ground. Because that's the only way we can win games. We need a creativity now to come from our fullbacks.
1 second. So you're saying you want Pogba to play?
So when Pogba comes in the midfield and with Bruno and with one of McTominay and Fred. That's when we have a complete balance in our team in midfield as well, where there's not so much pressure on our fullbacks to barge ahead. They can still keep back because Pogba is going to be spraying the passes, Bruno's going to be spraying the passes, and Rashford and Sancho are going to be dribbling in.
I have a question. Okay, after a month.
When Pogba played that role under Mourinho was cursed for playing Pogba in a 2 CDM position. Right? Everyone said we want to see Pogba further up. We want to see Pogba further up. We want to see creative
because Pogba. We didn't have Bruno, bro.
In this position, he will not be creative Pogba.
You just said you had Herrera. He's
a DM, fam.
Yeah, so why would Mourinho play Pogba at the back if he had Herrera?
Exactly.
Because we didn't have we don't have a good midfield. We never had a good midfield for the past 5-6 seasons, bro. What midfield have we had?
And then why wasn't this addressed? You spent so much money under Ole and you said 4, 5, 6 seasons. McFred, I've been hearing McFred for the last 2 seasons at least.
Because, bro, we're not getting the players that we want. We're not getting our first choice players.
Are you serious, man?
It's okay. David, it's okay. No, David.
We could have gotten. One sec.
We've been defending too much. Huh?
That Saul guy that you didn't go for. He was available. You could have taken him on loan.
He's not a DM.
He is a DM.
He's not a natural DM. No, he's not a DM.
Okay, what position does he play?
He's a central midfielder, bro.
We need to stop defending. David, it's okay. It's time for us to go on the attack. Let's have these Chelsea boys talk a little bit.
I have a last the last question.
Okay, Jithin, after you, we'll move on to Chelsea. We spent too much time on.
Okay. This season, what is your ideal team? Everyone's fit. Everyone's on the top. What's your 11? What's your best 11?
As I said last episode, Rashford on the left.
So go from behind. Go from goalkeeper. I want to know each position, which formation you're going to play.
De Gea 4-3-3. De Gea, Shaw, Maguire, Varane, AWB, Pogba, either McTominay or Fred, Bruno, Rashford, Ronaldo or Greenwood, and Sancho on the right wing.
Sancho on the right wing. Who's on the left?
Greenwood. Rashford.
And striker?
Greenwood or Ronaldo.
Cavani, Ronaldo or Greenwood.
So 4, 2 defensive. One in front of them is Bruno. 2 on the wing and Ronaldo up front.
Yeah.
SEGZ, you want to finish up?
Yes. I think I'm gonna destroy that whole formation because I think Ole and that 4-3 one's a joke. I think we need to go and have a 3-5-2. We need to get Shaw, Varane, and Maguire 3 centre backs. We need Alex Telles doing those wicked left wing crosses on the left. On the right, we can have Wan-Bissaka, just like because it's defensively sound, all that. Then you have 3 midfielders. You have either McTominay, not Fred. We'll have McTominay as a CDM. You then put Pogba and what's his name? And Bruno in front of him. And then up top, those 2, you can play Cavani, Bruno, and Cavani, Ronaldo, Sancho, Rashford, Martial. They can all fight for those two persons. Sorry? Look. That sounds like the coach's problem, not my problem. But what I know is that what we've been doing and what's been going on has not been working. We can't carry on. I'm not having it anymore. And there's no way Ole can justify that kind of formation. Because even when Rashford's back, I promise you, Pogba in that CDM is definitely good enough, but he needs somebody who's smart beside him. Because in France, he plays that role. In France, he plays the role.
Exactly my point.
All of you guys will be eating your words.
And I told you guys my prediction. After the international break, Sancho is going to score Salah goals. I promise you.
We will revisit. We have all the time to revisit.
It's coming. It's coming. Sancho is about to blow.
He's already ready. He's already looking like he's getting some rhythm.
Look, it's coming. Just trust me on this one. The nutmegs and the hat trick is coming. Maybe not the first week back, the second week back.
Wow.
Okay, we'll end this. We'll end this United.
Just getting a little too
touchy. We have to move into Chelsea because we saw a terrible performance midweek against Juventus. I have to say, one of the worst performances, very close to the City performance. So I have absolutely no problem in calling out Tuchel, the system, the players, and I think everything was wrong in that game. I'm talking about this game specifically. I think our defenders have had their worst game since Tuchel came in.
For sure.
Everyone looked off in the back line. Allowing a goal right of kickoff is unacceptable. I think that there was no supply from the midfield. I think we had half chances. I wouldn't call them chances. We had half chances, which you have to take in a UCL game against teams like Juventus. Havertz skied headers. Lukaku's scuffed chances. We were terrible in that game. Just to lay it out there, we were terrible.
Which game are we talking about?
Juventus.
I forgot that game. I left it on Tuesday. Move on. Cancel.
So, I mean, Ahmed and Jithin, please feel free to add on to that. That's my perspective. I think that was a game to forget. It was absolutely...
Jithin, go ahead. Yeah.
My opinion, I don't know, it might not be the favorite. I personally wouldn't have started Lukaku that game. Why? I'll tell you why. Lukaku is someone who needs the ball to be fed to his feet. Okay? I love the guy. I'm not sure. I love the guy against Juventus, a solid defensive team. I would have gone with pace. I would have maybe made runs up, down. We played a trash game. I don't even want to talk about. I don't even want to waste my energy talking about this game.
So you made me waste my energy, right? Now you come on waste energy.
So are you saying Lukaku has no pace?
No. Let me tell you something. How many runs in that game? How many times did you see Lukaku run? Other than the one pass where Werner ran and passed it and he missed on the counter attack, or was that against City? I don't want to remember this Juventus game. That's how bad it was.
Jithin, you know what it was? It was really sloppy passing. It was the supply for him just wasn't there, and he felt like an isolated figure.
And passing from whom?
I don't think the supply.
All around, everyone was
honestly,
poor.
I don't feel like the supply would have helped. I really would have gone with full throttle pace. I would have started Cho for whatever sake, because I hate Cho, but I would start Cho just because there's some pace. The Juventus defenders are a little bit slower, a little bit slower. They're so good at defending. They're there for that. They're there just to stay and defend. And they attacked at the right moment. They came for a second half. I think we were still taking rest from the first half. I think we came on the pitch. How quick was that goal? It was so easy. So easy. He just ran through, take a shot with the left leg, top corner. Are you joking for one of the best defensive team? One of the best defensive team in Europe last season and now in the current season? Are you joking? No, that's unacceptable. Screw this game. I don't want to talk about this game.
The way the game went in that first half, that goal was coming. I mean, Juventus could have been 2 up in the first half without any problems if it wasn't for Rabiot's deliveries. Easily 2-0 up. Shambolic performance, as Bert said. Shambolic, right? But I think the City game was somewhere in his mind, and there was so much talk about him playing those 3 defensive midfielders that I'm sure that was not the case, but he was forced to play like Havertz and Ziyech alongside Lukaku just to prove a point. But you know what? It did not work.
Into that for sure. That played
for sure.
Exactly. It did not work It didn't help that Kante was injured and Mount was injured. But to be honest, Juventus were on top of their game. Even though we discussed how they were conceding goals before this game, the defense was not their best. But they were, and I don't agree with the fact that Lukaku shouldn't have started, because that's a very physical Juventus team. Those two defenders are very physical.
And he's coming from a league where he's played them twice.
Exactly.
Agreed. I feel like that was that was the reason why he even played. Second reason, okay, he's our only striker, front striker, and the fact that he played in Inter Milan.
Yeah, the only change that I probably would have made to that team was play Werner instead of Ziyech. Allow someone to go in and run in behind the defense when you need it. If needed, he has the ability to run in behind. So I probably would have started with Werner and Havertz behind Lukaku. That's one change I can see. But overall, all over the pitch, it was terrible.
Yeah, this game, I'm actually more disappointed because we didn't have a better game plan when we know how Juventus are going to play. We know exactly how this team plays, and we didn't come up with the proper tactics. We didn't come up with the proper idea. There was no creativity around the pitch. It just wasn't enough. It was just a very poor.
Do you know what? I think Chelsea are a big enough club where they shouldn't be caring about what the other team is going to play like. You should play. Chelsea's going to impose their style of football, which is why I think he's played the team that he did. And maybe Conte was correct when he said Tuchel doesn't know what he's doing.
Doesn't know how to use Lukaku.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
I agree with that.
Because if you look at the games Lukaku's been playing in Italy, he was taking the ball from halfway and blitzing the pitch. He was up there when he was doing everything. Whereas in that game, Lukaku was ghost. And I think he was ghost because I think Tuchel is still trying to figure out how to drive that Maserati correctly. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's still trying to figure out. He's still trying to figure all of that out. But I actually think you guys went there to impose your game, and I think actually like props to Juventus for breaking up your game. Not actually like the other way around. It's that they actually figured you guys out and they cracked you, and that's why they did it. Because you guys went there with because that is your first team, as far as or at least very close to your first.
Yeah,
very close. Not
no excuses whatsoever.
Not the first team. No excuse, but they're all good enough. It's not our first team, but
team without Morata, without Dybala, like there's no excuses. There's honestly
no Chiesa was
for us that is 3 points dropped. The top 3 points dropped. Now the next 2 games become so crucial for us to win. Like we have to win. We cannot drop any points in that because the group stage gets so tricky when teams keep winning and gathering up draws here and there within the group. It gets too complicated.
Can I ask David a question? David, who would you drop from that Chelsea team for a United player?
N'Golo Kante. He needs to get rid of McFred. I'll answer that for you.
Who would I drop from the Chelsea team?
Yeah, from the Chelsea team for a United player.
So who would I get from United into this team?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys could use so many, man. You guys could use. You guys could use a finisher, bro. You could take any of our 3 strikers. Wouldn't you take a Cavani?
Ronaldo.
Take a Ronaldo?
I'll take
Wouldn't you take a
only a Ronaldo.
Why
Ronaldo.
The laugh so loud?
Only Ronaldo. Only Ronaldo. Only Ronaldo.
What about
none of the centre back, none of the midfield, only Ronaldo. No, only Ronaldo.
I wouldn't take Pogba because we have Kante. I wouldn't take Pogba.
Kante have the same roles, bro.
Bro, if Pogba comes into the team, he's going to play a CDM, bro. He's going to play a CDM for sure.
Instead of whom?
That's why I said I wouldn't take Pogba.
So Pogba can't replace
Kovacic
or
what's that? Yeah.
In this formation, he can't do the job that Kovacic.
I don't think Pogba would suit Chelsea's style of play. In my opinion, Pogba is not going to suit Chelsea's style of play.
But that's what I'm saying, right? So with Chelsea playing at the 5 at the back, right? If they could transform into a 4-3-3 also to make use of Mount, Ziyech, Havertz, and who are these other midfielders that you guys have? Kovacic, Jorginho, Kante. You have so many options. Yeah, so RLC, so many options in the midfield. If you're able to generate an attacking style of play from your midfield to your attack instead of just from the wing backs all the time, I think you should switch between both those plays. Because in some games when you play 5 at the back like Juventus, you're not able to unlock a low block. You can't just keep bombing balls in. It's so hard to watch too. But then when you switch now to 4-3-3 and you start generating attacks from your midfield, you're able to tire that defense. which is something that Tuchel lacks too.
But
Segs,
David,
can I
David,
answer your question? Can I answer
yeah,
your
yeah,
question?
yeah.
I'm only taking Bruno.
But sorry,
And I'll
before you
tell you
start,
why.
you're stuck. Bert, you're stuck.
Am I stuck?
No,
Can
you're
you guys
fine.
hear me? Okay.
Oh, no, he's still stuck with me.
He's still stuck with me as well.
Okay.
No, you're fine with me.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
You
Yeah.
can hear me. Okay, so let's do this. I'm only going with Bruno, and I'll tell you why. We definitely lack creativity in midfield, and Bruno is the type of midfielder I feel where you compare him to KDB is where I'm so upset that we sold KDB more than we sold Salah, to be honest. Because Bruno is everything you want in a midfielder, man. When it comes to creativity, when it comes to work rate, when it comes to leaving your heart on the pitch, when it comes to playing for your club, when it comes to set pieces, when it comes to goals from outside the box, when it comes to short passes, long passes, whatever it may be. This guy is, and the way he's fit into the club, everyone is expecting that standard now. And that's why Sancho is getting all this criticism, because Bruno came in, hit the ground running, and pull this team from nowhere to somewhere. So, and I'm not saying it's only Bruno, but he's played a huge role in that. So for me,
just to make a point, Pogba has 7 assists in 7 games.
Okay, that's fine. But Pogba, for me, over the course of the season, he's not a consistent player, where I feel Bruno has that consistency level. And Pogba is my favorite player on the United.
Do you remember how long Pogba has been on form for since the Euros?
Okay.
You remember how long he's been on this form for?
Let me finish, right? And I'm sure there will be a lot of United fans who will tell you the same thing, where he switches off a lot, like during games or over the course of the season or whatever it may be. I love Pogba, his ability way over Bruno, his ceiling way over. Well, ceiling no, because Bruno's a younger player, and I think Bruno has a higher ceiling than he currently is on, which is ridiculous. But I think that Bruno is the only person I'm taking because we lack that creativity. And just Bruno as a player is everything I would want in my team for the shift he puts in. So,
do you know what? I think if I were to actually make any changes to the Chelsea team, it would be in the two guys you play behind Lukaku. I think I would drop like Ziyech for maybe a Pogba or a Bruno in that position, that like inside right winger, playmaker, ninja type role. I think I would bring any of those guys in that position. I think maybe even a cheeky Sancho. Just like give Sancho 2 weeks. That Sancho.
Yeah.
We'll be right here waiting. We'll be right here.
Noted.
No, we wouldn't change for a strike. See, we're not even including Ronaldo in this conversation.
Who's going to say no to Ronaldo? Of course,
I'm not even Ronaldo. What about Cavani?
No.
Where's Cavani fit in here? No chance.
No
way.
It's not happening.
I would blindly, as
but no.
I would blindly take.
You guys know how many goals he has last season, right?
It does not matter, bro. Like if we're talking about this point in time, who we're taking from
that has goals.
Sorry?
You don't have one.
You
don't have a striker that has
brought in
goals.
Lukaku, let the season play. I'm saying
we're 7 games in. As you said, we're 7 games in.
We have Turbo Timo, guys. Turbo Timo.
No.
Right now he's battling VAR, so.
He was the highest goal involvement in Chelsea last season. I just want to say that again one more time.
I just want to tell you, Segs, let me tell you this. He is once again the highest contributor this season with 5 goals and 3 assists. 5 goals and 5 assists.
Look, I'm telling you, you guys don't understand how good Timo is. I think if you guys understood how good he was.
I love Timo.
No.
Oh my God.
I know he brings a lot. It's only that his finishing is so trashy.
Yeah, and I think that's the confidence.
The focus is on
I think that's the
in terms of the spaces he creates within the on the field, in terms of the link-up play with whoever he plays with as a second striker, and creating chances, he's right up there. But his finishing is so terrible that the focus goes there. But we'll see what happens. Either way, we'll move on to Chelsea's other game, which was Southampton. I just want to say that it was amazing to go on top of the table into the international break, take 3 points when the rest of the other 3 rivals have dropped 2 points. It was a very important game week to capitalize. There was a shaky period in the game where we looked like the pressure was getting to us. That was a really sloppy tackle from Chilwell. Although I feel Chilwell had a great game. Besides that moment aside, I think he had a great game. He had, I think, 2 shots on target as well. I think 1 goal and 4 chances created, something like that. And it was good to see Chilwell back in the team, just refreshed from Alonso, who's been playing game after game after game. So for me, good game. Still a lot to improve on. And we go into international break on top of the league. So it is what it is.
I think I agree with that, but how can we stop Lukaku firing blanks? Because to be honest, I don't know what's going on. I'm unhappy seeing Lukaku not scoring.
Hold on, let me touch on this, okay? I love the banter. With banter aside, let's be real for a second. You just talked about everything Lukaku did in Serie A, right? Did you not see his link-up play and everything this game? Like his assist, almost assist, which Tino Werner missed again, his back heel. His link-up play with Chilwell, with Mount, with whoever was in. I think he hit the post, but it is what it is. Yeah. So although he is shooting blanks, I agree with you. He is bringing a lot more to the game in terms of his profile of striker. And if you look at the strikers that have been successful at Chelsea, the Costa, the Drogba is the exact profile that Lukaku brings, which eventually I feel will be successful.
So far, he hasn't improved your side. So far.
He has improved our side.
He has improved our side. I'm going to agree with SEGZ here. I'm going to agree with SEGZ to a certain extent. We bought Lukaku to score goals. He started off like that. He's not doing that now. His hold-up play is amazing, but he has to get back his goal-scoring form because we cannot go the whole season with him doing link-up plays. Absolutely not. No way.
Exactly.
No, it is what it is. But no, I'm telling you, this game in specific, right? We have brought him in for the goals. But if we brought a striker in just for the goals, we would have went and got Patrick Bamford, bro. That's not the reason we brought a striker.
No. I agree with you, bro. I agree with your link up. We need link up. We need a guy who holds the play. We need all that. I agree. But we cannot sustain the whole season with him just linking up.
100%.
We in this season, he has to score minimum 15 goals. He has to.
Yeah, I agree. And that's
if
just
he want to win
alone.
anything, he has to score 15.
And
15
he is
goals. That's minimum.
Scorer. He's a proven goal scorer. He's top 20 all-time goal scorers in the Premier League.
Whatever the reason is, he has to get out of it this 2 weeks of international break, come back, and he has to get back his goal. At least 1 goal every 2 games, period. He has to do it.
We're jumping the gun on Lukaku, I think. We're too quick. He started, he came in, he was getting the goals those first few games, right? No one was complaining, right? He scored in the Champions League, the game 1-0 win. The first game, he scored. The 2 games against Juventus and City, I'm not going to blame that on Lukaku because that was a terrible team performance. There was no service to Lukaku. The balls were not getting into him. He was not able to play the football that he wants to play, right? So those 2 games, I'm not going to blame Lukaku because the whole team was bad. Yesterday's game, he could have easily have had a goal. He hit the post, right? He created chances, right? That's what you want from your striker. If he's not scoring every game, he's creating the chances for you to score, right? And that's what Lukaku is doing. So I think we're, like David said, just 7 games.
We just praised Timo Werner for it, for everything else besides scoring.
Exactly. So, and he'll get there. I'm absolutely sure that Lukaku will get there. He's played in this league. He knows the league. He will get the goals.
And the mentality he brings, you just know.
No, absolutely. Don't get me wrong.
Everyone around him gets so much better.
I would still choose him over Haaland, Kane, anyone blindly. I was one who always wanted Lukaku over any of those guys, and I'm so glad we have Lukaku. But he has to get his goal scoring. Yeah, he'll get there. We're just being too harsh. I'm personally being too harsh. He will get there.
We weren't jumping in our seats and on our beds when he was scoring those first 2-3 games. We were smacking our heads together because he was scoring those goals.
Okay. Timo came and scored like 4 goals or 5 goals.
Okay, but I think my question still stands. What should Tuchel change about the team to make sure Lukaku is more productive?
The supply from midfield. There has to be more supply. There has to be more creativity. We missed Mount, like I said on last episode, and you saw as soon as Mount came on the field, the whole energy of the team changed. He was creating from the right. He was creating through the center. He was breaking the lines. He was pressing players. He was doing defensive work. He was doing everything. So we miss Mount. We miss Reece, who puts in top crosses for which Lukaku capitalizes on. We know he's good in the air. So once these players come back, it's going to happen. And it's not me giving you an excuse for why Lukaku's not scoring. He has to score regardless. Like, let's say, like I mentioned, the Juventus game, he had a half chance. He has to finish those. There's no excuse for it. But what I'm saying is, over the course of the season, you just know he's going to come good, man. He's a proven goal scorer. Lukaku. It is what it is, and we move.
So are you trying to tell me that your team is trash without Mount?
No, that's what I just told you.
No.
That's what I just said. I literally just said that. This is not me making an excuse for players that I'm missing. I'm saying, like I said, that's the reason I would take Bruno, because we are lacking creativity in midfield. It's a fact.
Okay.
So if there's no Mount, is the one creative for you?
So no Mount, no Chelsea.
There are creative players, but it's not enough. It's not enough.
If no Mount, there's a big mountain to climb.
We have RLC who came back now, who had an amazing game against Southampton.
He had an amazing game. RLC was brilliant. He's come back from injury, and he has been on point.
Putting in Pogba crosses right now, which I don't know where that is coming from.
No, stop that. Stop. No, stop. You went too far. You don't say things like he's putting in Pogba. Nobody can put in Pogba.
You guys
I don't want to hear that from you. I don't want to hear it. Don't start comparing Loftus Cheek to Pogba.
First of all, it was Barkley, not Loftus Cheek. It was Barkley.
Yeah, exactly. It was Barkley.
Whoever you're trying to.
Barkley.
We don't compare them to Pogba, guys.
Let's be real. Let's be real. The pass that Barkley
from?
put into Azpilicueta, if that was a Pogba pass, everyone would be saying, "Oh, what a pass! Wow, crazy! Pogba is back. Pog boom, Pog bam, whatever." Right?
Bro,
Let's be real with it. Let's be real with it.
Which player in your team has 7 assists in 7 games?
Sorry?
Why do you want to play him at
Pogba has 7.
CM?
I said drops back into the midfield.
We are not debating who is debating Pogba's quality over here. Nobody is doubting it.
No, when I say drop back into the midfield, I don't say play him as CDM. I say play him as CM in the midfield, creating from deep.
Okay, we'll move back to United. Now, hold on. So,
the same thing that Kovacic and Jorginho do for your team.
Okay, so hold on. Hold on. Yeah. If everyone's done critiquing the Chelsea Southampton game, let's move on to the United Everton game.
I need to add something. We were brilliant that game from start to finish, except those 10 minutes where we conceded that penalty of Chilwell, right? The first half, we were brilliant, created all the chances. McCarthy kept them in the game. He had an absolute blinder. He had a De Gea against Chelsea yesterday. Apart from that penalty, we were comfortable. Southampton created no chances, 0. Till that penalty. And okay, we got a bit lucky with that Ward-Prowse red card. And boom, after that, the changes that Tuchel made, on point. I questioned Barkley's inclusion when he made the change, but proved me wrong. And Azpilicueta was quite flabbergasted with that pass. I know Shaq doesn't agree with me, but I think it was great that game. Just what we needed before the break.
Guys, Jorginho for Ballon d'Or, yeah? Just saying.
All right,
yes,
so you guys good with this game now? Can we move on to United Everton?
I don't think this. Oh, I can't wait for that.
We leave the floor to the United fans. Take it away.
So look, guys. You know, it was just a bad day in the office. To be honest, I'll tell you the good bits. Looks like Martial can finally, has learned to shoot again. He's finally learned to run in the box.
Tony Martial came from France.
He did. He finally scored his dream Thierry Henry type goal. Coming in from the left. Goal. All of that. So you know what? We hope he finds form. But once the real players get back, he can go back to the bench if he's gonna make the final 23 anyway. We don't care about Martial because we've got Sancho and we've got Rashford to come back. And
hold on. You mean to tell me 50 million down the drain?
Look, guys. We paid a lot of money. We paid a lot of money a long time ago. Okay, look.
He was the highest goal scorer last season.
I don't want no smoke, bro.
He was the highest goal scorer last season. Don't forget.
Martial.
Yes, Martial. Tony Martial.
Are you serious?
Yes, bro.
Okay, that's an interesting stat. I don't remember that one.
Sorry, what did you say? What was the stat?
That Martial was the highest scorer.
Goal scorer last season.
How many goals did he score?
What about
Two.
Bruno?
Let me pull up.
I thought Bruno was. Is this in the league or is
Yeah, I
this
thought Bruno
outcomes?
was.
Yeah, in my head it was Bruno as well.